Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys had a great Tuesday today. It was actually a great day in the markets. Markets were up. Bitcoin was up quite nicely today as well. Ethereum as well. Miners were outrageous today. They did really good today. I mean, they did basically like 4x mostly what Bitcoin did, except we had two miners that were down a little bit today. We'll look at all that data there. We'll also talk about Cleanspark. Cleanspark raises their end of year guidance to another 10% to 5.5 exahash by the end of the year. They are just killing it this year. So we'll get into the numbers, see what that actually looks like, and compare it to some of the other miners, see how far they've grown this year. Just a quick overview on that. And then we also have a story on Bitcoin getting adoption in UK. We'll take a look at the story really quick as well. But as always, not financial advice. You guys know the drill here. I'm investing in following coins and companies. And yes, I'm investing in CleanSpark. So I am rooting for them, just so you guys are aware of that. But I will obviously also call them out when they do make mistakes. So I try to be as fair as possible on it. Okay, so the S&P was actually up 1.63% today to 3,859. Dow Jones was up 1.07% to 31,836. And the NASDAQ was up 2.1% on the day to 11,669. So good day in the markets. Bitcoin was up actually today. If we look at it here, we were up 3.91% at the close. We were up a little bit higher than that. We were up almost 5%. The high today was 20,420, and then we closed at 20,086. So that's actually really good for us. Right now, we are up a little bit here in the after hours, or in the new day, not after hours. But the only thing that's still concerning to me a little bit is we can see here that the RSI is at 59 right now on the daily chart. Prior to that, we were a little bit lower here at 54, while the price was up higher. And if we go back to the other peak here, we were at 62 on the RSI, and the price was much, much higher on Bitcoin. So we're still seeing this kind of down pressure on the price while the RSI has been going up, which leads me to believe that we might be going down a little bit more. Obviously, we've had a great day today. I love it. But I don't think we're done going just down yet unless things really change, at least on the daily chart. However, the 1 hour chart is looking a lot better. So if we look at the 1 hour chart right now, we can see here that we've obviously spiked quite nicely here on the RSI, way up here. But if we look at kind of the peaks here, we were at right around 19,585, and we have gone up quite nicely here to, let's take a peek here, right around there. So 20,190. So short term, I'm seeing it as bullish. Long term, a little bit more bearish. But we'll have to see if we get a trend reversal happening here in the next week to 2 weeks. We really won't know on the daily chart until a little ways out, unfortunately. But right now, it's looking bullish in the 1 hour, so that's actually really good. Looking at the 4 hour as well, let me get rid of that. And let's look at the 4 hours really quick here. We can see here that we have kind of peaked here on the 23rd, on the 22nd, or sorry, on the 17th, and then on the 13th, and price was going down here between the 2nd and the 7th, or the 13th and the 17th. You can see price was going down while the RSI, and then RSI was going down here. So now we'll have to see, well, actually, the RSI is getting kind of close to that line there, but we are higher in price from where we were prior. So on the 4 hour chart, it's looking a little bit more bullish as well. So we got 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, looking pretty good. The daily chart is obviously where we're waiting for a confirmation that we're starting to trend more bullishly in the long term. Okay, Ethereum was up today as well. Let's take a look at the daily chart. It was up nicely today. It was up 8.68% today to a close of 1,460. It is at 1,469 right now. And we did hit a high today at 1,525. So that was obviously a good day there. And it's looking the same way here on the daily chart for the RSI. RSI is at 66, 65 right now, roughly. And if we look back towards here, price was obviously much higher at that point as well. So we're still waiting on a confirmation on the daily chart. 4 hour chart, we can see here that we've been peaking up a little bit higher, but price has been going up higher on the 4 hour chart as well. And then if we look at the daily chart, we can see here, obviously, price has also gone up higher. So those are good signs, at least for the time being. Okay, let's take a look at the miners here. So Any was up 2.97% today to 45 cents. Argo was up 26% to 17 cents. And this is the ARBKF ticker symbol. I think the other one did a little bit better, possibly. And Bit Digital was up 11.76% to $1.14. Bitfarms was up 16.17% to $1.10. So they were obviously up about 4x of what Bitcoin was up today. So this is why I love the miners. The miners will do so much better than Bitcoin when Bitcoin starts rallying really good. And we've seen it before, and hopefully this is a trend that we're going to see going into the future. Cleanspark was up 18.49%. So they were up almost 5x of what Bitcoin was up today. So that was a huge day for them today to $3.46. Course was up 22.46% today also. They had a great day. They were up almost 6x of what Bitcoin did. DigiHost was up 10% today to 65, almost 66 cents. DMG was up 15.54% to 19 cents. Greenidge was up 14.8% to $1.14. Hive was up 12.14% to $3.51. They did basically 4x of what Bitcoin did. Hut 8 was up 17.17% to $2.32. They were up almost, 5x on it. Iris Energy was up 16.49% to $3.39. Luxfolio, for some reason, was actually down today, 15.93% to 4 cents. Been trying to find some news on what's happening there with them. Anything new? I couldn't find anything. So we'll see what's going on there maybe in the coming days. Marathon was up nicely as well, 14.42% to $14.76. Mawson was actually down today, 0.97% to 44 cents. Riot was up 15.87% to $7.01. Soluna was up 15.83% to $1.39. And Stronghold was up 10.93% to 94 cents. So great day in the markets. This is actually makes us a little bit more jubilant, more lively, I think, instead of having down days and down days. You get beaten down a little bit on it. I know I do sometimes. So it's a little bit hard to be optimistic when we have those down days. But when we have a great day like today, it's actually really easy to be optimistic. We are in this for the long run, and we'll see how everything progresses going forward. Let's take a look at the network hash rate really quick, see where we are with it. And we are coming back up a little bit. We are at 261 million right now, almost 262. We're still off of our peak here at 266, but we are trending in the upwards direction. And that is all of the miners, hash rate, and the stock market as well. So let's get into our first story here. And this is from CoinDesk, and it says UK lawmakers vote to recognize crypto as regulated financial instrument. So this is another step in adoption. This is what we want. We obviously don't want regulation that's going to be harmful to crypto or Bitcoin in general, but we also need regulations to kind of move the needle a little bit further down the road. Not down the road. It's not what I'm looking for. To progress with adoption, obviously. So the lower house of parliament voted in favor of adding crypto to the scope of activities to be regulated via the proposed Financial Services and Markets Bill, which already seeks to extend payments rules to stablecoins. So this is all great. Lawmakers in the U.S. voted in favor of recognizing crypto assets as regulated financial instruments and products in the country on Tuesday. I don't know if that had an effect on Bitcoin. Obviously, went up quite nicely. So the draft bill already included measures to extend existing regulations to payments-focused stablecoins, which are cryptocurrencies pegged to the value of other assets like the U.S. dollar or gold. And it's just, I think, where did it go? Here it is. So the crypto provision, which relies on the definition of crypto asset inserted by a new clause 14, clarifies that crypto assets could be brought within the scope of existing provisions of the Financial Services and Markets Act of 2000 relating to regulated financial activities. Griff said the measure could regulate crypto promotions and outlaw companies that are not authorized to operate in the country. So this is obviously a good step forward. It's not into law yet. Obviously, they still have to vote on it, I think, in the upper parliament. I'm not anywhere well versed in UK's governments and how they work. But it is a good news there. Okay. Cleanspark had great news come out today. So Cleanspark exceeds 2022 guidance 2 months early, achieving 5 exahash, raises year-end hash rate guidance by 10%. They have been just absolutely killing it this year. They've been growing more than, except for maybe cores, but growing like crazy compared to other companies that are within their range. And this is why I love this company. So we'll see what's going on here. So today, Cleanspark obviously announced today its Bitcoin mining hash rate exceeded 5 exahash, increasing 150% since January of 2022, which is true. With the new milestone, Cleanspark has surpassed its year-end guidance over 60 days ahead of schedule and is raising its year-end hash rate guidance 10% to 5.5 exahash, which we'll take a look at the numbers that I have for them as well. Zach Bradford, CEO, said the milestones reflects operational prowess and efficiency gains that I believe are unmatched in our industry. In a period where the sector has experienced reversals in forward-looking expectations, we are bucking that trend, and that is absolutely true. He's right on that one. And the effective deployment of our capital strategy has allowed us to exceed hash rate expectations, said Gary V. Here's a quote from him. Crucial to the strategy has been our long-held commitment to selling a portion of the Bitcoin we mine to fund growth and operations. As our hash rate has grown, the amount of Bitcoin we produce has also grown, creating a virtuous cycle that has allowed us to seize opportunities for growth and expansion, which is absolutely true. So they've been doing a really great job. Cleanspark has 4 owned and operated facilities, about 50,000 mining machines operational, and a daily production high of 19.2 Bitcoins, which is really, really good. And just think about it. They basically started almost 2 years ago. It's going to be in December. It's going to be 2 years when they started, and they've grown tremendously here in that time frame. The company expects to meet its 2023 year-end guidance of 22.4 exahash, an achievement that would make it one of the largest publicly traded Bitcoin miners in the world, which is true. Mara might be a little bit higher at 23.3 exahash, something like that. And then we also have Core, which is going to be at 17, I believe, 18 exahash for their self-mining, not including, obviously, their hosting as well. With hosting, Core is going to be at 33, 34 exahash. All right. So this is obviously fantastic news. This is great, something that we want, obviously, to see. It's good for the investors as well to know about this. So I think this was a timely news on them, or on their part. The stock has been going down a little bit here in the last couple of weeks. And hopefully this will give it a little bit of a jump here in the price going forward. So let's take a look at the numbers that I have for them really quick. And let's see here. What do we want? We're going to take a look at Cleanspark. So Cleanspark, we're not going to go into all the details because we'll do an update on them when they provide their October production updates. But here's what we have so far for October for them. Currently they were at the beginning of the month, let me see here, they were at 4.16 exahash. They're now at 5 exahash. And what happened in October was just within the last couple of days, I put these in for 10 days. It could be a little bit less. I don't know exactly when they got to 5 exahash. But we installed basically 870 of these 100 terahash miners down here. We also installed another 1,665 of these 100 terahash miners over here. Had them at 10 days. Then we put in 290 of these 100 terahash miners along as well. And then we had them buying out Mawson's facility, which gave them an additional 557 petahash, and that was about 6,468 machines. Those were mining for about 22 days based on when they actually closed on that. So given all that information, they got to 5 exahash with all the miners that we just talked about, and that is an increase of about, 840 petahash in just 1 month, which is tremendous. So they've been doing a really good job. So now we're looking at possibly around 10.1 million in revenue, depending where Bitcoin actually lands at the end of the month. What the average Bitcoin price is, we're looking somewhere around 10.1, 10.2 million in revenue. They were at 8.16 million in revenue estimated for September. So we'll see how close we are to that, but that's kind of where I have them at. So that's obviously a good increase there going forward. And what that means for us in the future is if they just stay at the 5 exahash basically towards the end of the year, Bitcoin price stays where it's at right now, hash rate stays where it's at right now. We're looking at 10.2 million roughly in October, 11.2 in November, and then December will be possibly 11.5, 11.6. So they are continuing to grow here very nicely, even though Bitcoin price has been down. Their best month to year to date has been March with 14 million in revenue, 14.5 roughly. They went down obviously in April, May, and June was their worst month at 7 million, and that was pretty much for everybody across the board. June was a really bad month with Bitcoin price going down to, I think, almost down to 17 at one point. It was just a bad month. And Then we're looking at July going up to 8.2, August was 8.6, September was 8.1. Now we're looking at 10.2, so they are growing, which is what we want to see. Now, comparing them to the other miners here. So if we do this just really quick, we're going to look at the actual, just the hash rate on it. So Cleanspark is at 5 exahash right now. That is approximately 2.95, right around there somewhere, of exahash growth just this year. If we look at the other miners, there isn't anyone close to that other than Core. Core's at 5.5 exahash. The next closest one is Riot at 2.1. And Iris is at 1.9. Bitfarms is at 1.86 roughly. So they are definitely in the top 3 here, or top 2 actually right now for growth this year. Core's number 1, Cleanspark would be number 2, followed by Riot, and then we may get Marathon in here as well, depending on how much they get installed in, obviously, October. So we still have a couple months to go. We'll see where everybody ends, but right now they have been doing a fantastic job growing. And what else do I want to show you guys? I think that is it pretty much. So you guys know I've been investing in Cleanspark, Bitfarms. I've already invested high, but I've been dollar cost averaging into both Bitfarms and Cleanspark. I've been also looking into Iris. With today's gains that we've had in Cleanspark, I'm getting closer to my goal of being within 10 to 20% underwater with them right now. I may pick up some more based on what I'm seeing here happening, and then I may start nibbling on Iris a little bit. Iris is also looking very interesting to me. I want to see, obviously, for them to come out with any news that they're going to be continuing to grow into next year. That is obviously going to propel the stock, I think, going forward as well. Bitfarms, I still want to dollar cost average into them as well. I'm down actually like 37% on them right now. So I want to get that down under 20%. So that'll be happening possibly next week. Hoping to have a little bit more cash next week that I can, throw into these miners here a little bit and dollar cost average down a little bit more. So that's kind of the game plan for me. As always, not financial advice. You guys got to do your own research on this. But I found that in the bear markets, dollar cost averaging is the best strategy you can go with because we just don't know where the bottom is on the miners, Bitcoin, and everything else. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out tremendously. Spreadsheet, as always, available to my Patreon members. Excuse me. Thank you, everyone there, for their continued support. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Have a great night. I'll see you in the next one.